Third point on the upstate economy. What is the greatest obstacle to economic development in upstate New York? What is the one thing you hear from every businessman, any person on the street? Why are you leaving upstate New York? Why won't you bring your business to upstate New York? They all say the same thing. It's high taxes. They all say the same thing. What would the optimum scenario be? If you had a magic wand, and you could say, I want to change the trajectory of the upstate economy, and here's my magic wand. What is the one thing you would do with your magic wand? 0 on the tax rate. That's what this program is all about. That's what this program is all about. And here's the issue. They're leaving the state because of taxes. The high taxes are more of a problem in upstate New York than they are downstate. That's the truth. Downstate, there are compensating factors, and it's more of an issue in upstate New York. Some people say, well, lower taxes for everyone. That's the best idea. We have done that, and we continue to do that. But it is very, very expensive. Tax rate in New York, depending on what your income is, can be 8%, 7%, 6%, somewhere in there. To reduce the income taxes 1 point, from 8 to 7, costs $6 billion. $6 billion is a tremendous amount of money. In all of our 3 budgets, we've never had $6 billion. But it would be $6 billion just to go from 8 to 7. If you want to go from 8 to 6, it would be $12 billion. Those are impossible numbers for us. Why? Because to drop it 1 point, you have to reduce everyone statewide. And most of the people live in downstate. In Manhattan, I don't want to reduce the taxes on people in downstate. This is an upstate plan. So I don't want to pay for an upstate economic development plan to reduce the taxes in downstate. And by the way, if you went from 8 to 7, it still doesn't help you. If you went to 6, it's still not going to help you. Why? Because they're leaving upstate New York to go to Florida, to Texas, to the Carolinas. You have states that have no income tax. So your competition really is 0. That's what the competition is. Some businesses say, well, hold on a second, if I'm now running a business and a neighboring business comes in from another state and they don't pay taxes, maybe I'm at a disadvantage. First of all, that's not really what this program is designed to do. This program primarily is designed to keep the jobs we create. Jobs nowadays are being created from higher education facilities in this state, all around this country. We create the new jobs. Why? Because we have great schools and we have great young minds. But 75% of the new jobs we create leave by the end of the first year. 75% of the new jobs leave by the end of the first year. That is a devastating statistic. Why do they leave? High taxes. Venture capital funds will come in and invest, pick them up like a pilot plant, and bring them to a different location with low taxes. Because they're young and they're mobile and they can be moved. That's what we have to stop. We have the schools, we have the young people, we have to come up with an answer to the high taxes so they stay and they grow. This program says no new taxes for 10 years. Why? Because we believe at the end of 10 years they'll be rooted. End of 10 years, you get married, you buy a house, your kids are in the schools, you're rooted, you're in a community. It's not so easy to pick up and leave at the end of 10 years. We want to take the SUNY system, 64 universities, 55 in upstate New York, and make the SUNY system entrepreneurial tax-free communities. Nice and simple. We'll also apply to private campuses who can apply for up to 3 million square feet of the same entrepreneurial community. When we say tax-free, what do we mean? We mean tax-free. No business taxes, no sales taxes, no property taxes, no franchise fees, no income taxes for the owners or the employees. Any businesses coming in from out of state, we have an anti-competition provision. that SUNY has to make sure that any business that comes in to qualify is not going to be in competition with any other business that is in the region, to make sure we're not giving anyone a competitive advantage. When you add up the total amount of square feet available, it comes out to 120 million square feet. That is more commercial space than is in San Francisco and Philadelphia combined. It's more commercial space than is in Rochester, Buffalo, and Syracuse combined. This is not a boutique program, my friends. This is not a little niche market. This is a major amount of commercial space that can fundamentally change the trajectory of the upstate economy. It is that large an area. We needed a big change. We needed a big move. Because as I've said, the numbers are not good and they haven't been good for a long time, and it's not about tweaking on the margins. You need to fundamentally change the dynamic, and you need a game changer of an economic program, and I believe this is it. If you can get the liability out of the equation, if you can get the high tax problem away, you're going to win. Why? Because we have so many assets in upstate New York. It's just the high taxes are like trying to swim with an anchor around your neck. You resolve that high tax issue, you're going to see upstate New York take off. Because all those people who are leaving, they really don't want to leave. You talk to them at the airports, talk to the young people when they're getting on a plane. They're not saying, I want to leave, they're saying, I have to leave. My wife's job moved, I have to move to get a job, I can't afford the taxes, I can't pay the property taxes. Not that they want to, because you're in the best state in the nation. There's no state you could possibly want to be besides the state of New York. No taxes, and New York is going to win. Yeah, those other states have no taxes, but then you have to live in the other states, and nobody wants to do that. We take care of this problem, you're going to see the numbers in upstate New York turn around. We said in January that we were going to come up with a plan that accelerated the progress of this state, and I believe we're doing just that.